Today I am going to tell you about the pathogenesis of the type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is also known as the juvenile diabetes, insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. What is the difference between the pathogenesis of the type 1 diabetes and the type 2 diabetes? There is a major difference between the type 1 diabetes and the type 2 diabetes. In the type 1 diabetes, only the destruction of the beta cells take place, which leads to the absolute deficiency of insulin. And in the type 2 diabetes, first of all, insulin resistance takes place. Then insulin resistance leads to the beta cell dysfunction, which results in the relevant deficiency of insulin. So, in the type 1 diabetes, only the beta cell destruction by the immune effector cells. These immune effector cells will only react against the beta cells antigens. These beta cells antigens includes the insulin itself, beta cell enzyme, glutamic acid decarboxylase, islet cells autoantigen ICF512, which includes the both alpha cells and the beta cells. Type 1 diabetes develop in the childhood and manifest at the puberty. Why there is a long lag period between the development of disease and the manifestation? Because disease manifests when the 90 to 95% of the beta cells have been destroyed, and it's progressed with the age. What is the acute metabolic complication of the type 1 diabetes? The acute metabolic complication of the type 1 diabetes is ketoacidosis, which results in coma. What is the main etiology of the type 1 diabetes? It includes the genetic susceptibility and the environmental factor. Genetic susceptibility is further classified into HLA genes and the non-HLA genes. I will not go into the details about the HLA genes and the non-HLA genes. I will tell you about which genes are involved. 50% of HLA genes are located on the chromosome 6p21, and the Caucasians having the HLA-DR3 and the HLA-DR4 haplotypes having the risk of developing the type 1 diabetes mellitus, and the 40% of population having the HLA-DR3, HLA-DR4 combined heterozygotes having the risk of developing the diabetes mellitus. Also, TQ8 increases the risk of developing type 1 diabetes. Non-HLA genes include the non-MHC gene, in which the variable number of tandem repeats in the promoter regions take place, will result in the type 1 diabetes mellitus. Polymorphism, which affect the negative selection of the insulin reactive T cells. Abnormal association between the CTLA4 and the PTPN22. AIRE gene associated with the polyendocrinopathy syndrome is also associated with the increased risk of developing type 1 diabetes. Autoimmune thyroiditis and other autoimmune diseases are also associated with the development of the type 1 diabetes. So, what's the mechanism of the destruction of the beta cells? First of all, I have told you earlier, initiation of the autoimmune process takes place in the childhood, and it takes a long lag period to destroy the beta cells, and it's manifest at the puberty when the 90% of the beta cells have been damaged, and acute metabolic complication is the ketoacidosis, and which results in the coma. The number one mechanism, the failure of the self-tolerance in the T cells passive for the islets antigens. When the T cells was developing in the thymus, they should develop the self-tolerance towards the body antigens. If they fails to develop the self-tolerance, then they will definitely kill the antigens, self-antigens, which results in autoimmune process. Defective clonal deletion of the self-reactive T cells in the thymus. Suppose T cells haven't developed the self-tolerance toward the autoantigens, but they should be deleted. But when there is no deletion, it results in destroying the beta cells. Defect in the function of the regulatory T cells, which controls the helper T cells. Resistance of effector T cells to the suppressions. Where this process is activated? This process is activated in the peripancreatic lymph nodes. Suppose this is the pancreas, and the peripancreatic lymph nodes are present over there. These are the peripancreatic lymph nodes. The T cells will react against the beta antigens in these peripancreatic lymph nodes. Then this reactive T cells will go to the pancreatic tissues and destroy the beta cells over here. How the helper T cells damage the beta cells? They damage the beta cells by releasing the interferon gamma and the tumor necrosis factor, and CD8 CTLs direct kills the beta cells.